BeamNG is a game about crashing. Or is it? Some may say it's just a physics simulator, or it's just a game about crashing. But there is much more than just that. In order to see what BeamNG really is, let us take a look at the last 3 major updates for BeamNG, 0.30, 0.31, and 0.32. In the 0.30 update, Beam received new trailers, an expansion to West Coast USA, VR support, improved manual transmission logic, and the Hiroshi Arata, an off-road vehicle to pair nicely with the 0.27 update, which added Johnson Valley and the FPU Wydra, the community's favorite vehicle, right behind the Pigeon. 0.31. In this update, things added include an extensive overhaul of the Gavril T-Series, new trailers for the T-Series, physical mirrors preview on the T-Series, cargo that can be added to some vehicles, another expansion to West Coast USA, and improvements to the new VR mode. In 0.32, the Beam developers remastered the Ibishu BX and added additions of the Japanese domestic market variants such as the Diana and the 200BX base. The devs also added Part 2 of the Gavril T-Series remake, another West Coast expansion, and a new addition, the crash camera. These last 3 major updates also contained content within the career mode preview. The career mode has been receiving regular updates since its inclusion in 0.26, and has been vastly improved since then. Although not anywhere close to done, it is a very fun mode in its current state. And as for the future of updates, some additions potentially coming in the future include, although some under speculation, maybe tire thermals, in-game multiplayer, and an improved aerodynamic system. Taking into account these updates, we can assume a couple of things. There are additions on the vehicle side of things, the physics side, the trucking side, and the career mode side. With such a multifaceted approach to updates, some may want certain parts of the game to be worked on more than others. This is especially apparent in the BeamNG's Discord channel #GameFeedback. So, why are the devs adding what they are adding? My assumption is to cover a broad spectrum of player bases to attract players from different interests into playing BeamNG, and to make the game better as a whole. Why would the devs want that? Why wouldn't all the Beam devs just target things more specific to the racing sim player base, the trucking player base, or the crashing sim player base? One reason is how updates are made. Here is a wonderful explanation of this I found on the Beam subreddit by u/Randy, who explains this wonderfully. For example, a hypothetical developer called Bob is a vehicle artist who makes great looking cars, but isn't able to code anything more than a simple Hello World program. Another developer called John is a programmer working on an incredibly advanced real-time physics simulation, but his 3D modeling knowledge stops at deleting the default cube in Blender. So, while John might be hard at work at, example, tire thermals, Bob might be working on, example, a remaster of the Ibishu BX at the same time. And, like I said, Bob has little to no programming skills, so him stopping what he's doing and trying to help John with tire thermals wouldn't be of any use whatsoever. So Bob will keep churning out vehicle models, and those vehicle models will get released in updates, even if John isn't finished with tire thermals yet. Taking this into account, we now know that not all the devs can do the same task. But what are other reasons for targeting the game from many different directions? One would be to reach a wider player base, incorporating content in areas such as trucking, race simulation, and the career mode would help the game find a more general audience. Not everyone will like a single one of these, but it is likely one will see more people enjoying a different choice between what can be done in the game and the overall game becoming better as a whole. What are the implications of the BeamNG developers making this choice to cater to different players? The result is being able to have a game more people can enjoy. A quote from the Beam website encapsulates this well. A dynamic soft-body physics vehicle simulator capable of doing just about anything. What is just about anything? BeamNG offers many different avenues of content, from the updates every 3 months to the constant new releases of mods from the community, which allows anyone to play the game how they want. Feel like having a more Forza-like experience? For those who enjoy a more laid-back and forgiving car game with missions, one could use BeamNG for just that. Using the Skill Chain app by Ghost in the League, found in the BeamNG repository, one could obtain a Forza points system inspired experience. Links will be in the description for all mods used in the video. Another way to enhance a Forza-like experience would be to use the steering assists that are built into the game. These allow you to take turns with more confidence due to the game correcting for oversteer or loss of grip. Another enhancement being FH2 style tachometer by last minute. You can also enable resetting emissions if that's your style. And lastly, the enhanced chase camera by Rayski. With just a couple of mods and in-game changes, BeamNG can cater to a completely different audience. But it doesn't stop there. One can also go in the opposite direction. Looking for more of an Asseto Corsa or sim racing-like experience? A decent portion of BeamNG's audience enjoys using BeamNG for a realistic sim-like experience, which can also be enhanced in several ways, using the Luke's Tire Thermals mod, the Nürburgring Asseto map port, a steering wheel setup, enhanced interior view mod, or in-game VR. You can have a very realistic experience similar to Asseto. I personally enjoy using my Logitech G920. An early access game. This title is held by many games on Steam currently. Some games don't keep this title for very long, and some have had this title for a while, like Beam. With BeamNG still being in early access, there is a lot to ask for, and the developers understand that. This is why for the final release they plan on making a thoroughly polished vehicle simulator. As quoted on the Steam page, we hope to make the full version into a fully fledged open world vehicle simulator, with a career mode involving various vehicular disciplines and event types, and other gameplay modes. BeamNG.Drive is not just a game about car crashes. It's the game made for everyone, whether you're a casual player, a sim racing enthusiast, or somewhere in between. Beam's developers have made the decision to branch out to serve everyone as possible while maintaining and growing one of the best communities a game could have. From its regular updates that enhance everything from vehicle physics to the experimental career mode, to its amazing mod support, BeamNG is shaping up to be the new bull in the vehicle gaming industry, by being a comprehensive open-world physics simulator with much more to come. The developers have also made it a point to listen to what the community wants, as seen in constant updates and work on future editions. Although this isn't the only thing going on with Beam. It is likely you found this video if you already watch BeamNG content. What about those who have never heard of the game? In the sake of keeping this video short and less redundant, I will recommend it, if you haven't already, to watch a video by Talks with Noise that is listed in the description. It explains a well thought out perspective on the current image problem that BeamNG is facing. And finally, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, hit the like button and subscribe to help me produce more future videos. And until next time, stay amazing.